Hey guys, how you doing? Jpsarrireviews here and welcome again to another video. 2024, it's now in the rear view. Many great things happened this year, some crazy stuff for sure. There's a lot of drama as always, but there's also a lot of surprises. The art was amazing. Companies were doing amazing work. And it's always good to praise the companies for what they do. It's important to give them the credit because sometimes, we criticize them a lot for the things that they don't do right. We don't have enough time, but we don't spend enough time to also praise them for the things that they do well. So in this video, I want to give you those top 5 that I consider were the best of the best. So in the next couple of minutes, stay tuned. Number 5, JND Studios. This South Korean company is doing amazing work for sure when it comes about the silicone stuff. Not everyone is a fan, but this company excited people at this year with a lot of the stuff they produce, whether it was for the Lord of the Rings, the Warner Brothers stuff. They have also some movie stuff. They have the Berserk, the Guts statue that also was released recently. And all these pieces have excited people. They pretty much sold out in a matter of minutes. And people are crazy happy, excited for this. Of course, it's a new proposition when it comes about silicone. Other companies are producing silicone as well. But I would say JND Studios has positioned itself as a company that is the leading company at this point. Besides of other companies like you have Quinn Studios, or we also have Infinity Studio, I think JND has positioned itself to be a leader, and they're doing really amazing stuff. It's still a brand new company. It's still a company that it has a lot of things to prove, but they're doing amazing work and they understand social media. So I think JND has positioned itself to be a great competitor for the years to come. We'll see what happens next, but in my list, they are at number 5. Number 4, legendary Beast Studios. This company from the Philippines is doing amazing work for sure. They produce some amazing representations of characters, amazing stuff. And yes, they had a moment during this year with the relationship with XM Studios was going south, and it went south, but they were able to pull themselves up from it, like the rising phoenix. And people are so excited with what they are doing. Amazing work. They are doing, of course, the stuff with Marvel, which looks amazing. They're doing so many things with DC stuff they're producing. The switch out parts, also the Hulk statue that was released this year that a lot of people receive. People are so excited. Many people are considering the best Hulk statue ever with so many parts. It's a beautiful presentation. But all the stuff, Wonder Woman, Superman, the Trinity that they're doing is amazing. The Thor statue they have done. They still have a lot to work on in the sense of more licenses to have and more statues to produce. But so far, everything that they have showcased, even the teaser they're showcasing, have people so excited. And it's amazing to see this company really thriving in this market. I think this company has a bright future. As long as they keep on this trajectory that they have, they will go places. But yeah, they were so exciting to watch, and the stuff they're producing is fantastic. It's amazing work. And yeah, they deserve a spot on my top 5. They are number 4. Number 3, Sideshow Collectibles. This company has been a leader for many, many years. People always, other companies have tried to emulate what Sideshow does. And Sideshow has had its moments, as a company, but this year they came back really, really strong with social media. I think they took the notes of the things that they didn't do right previously, and the Sideshow Con is better now than ever. I think they're following, of course, the example of what Prime1 is doing, but I think Sideshow came with flair, and they have strong contenders this year. They, of course, you have some things like the Fastball Special, amazing piece. In my opinion, it reminded me all Sideshow with the dioramas. They have some really nice statues that they showcased this year. Going back into trying to move things in a new direction, some characters that were missing, they brought so much stuff to the table. Definitely, they're releasing stuff on time. The customer service is always doing great. I think the company, it's in a right path again. A couple of things, of course, were disappointing. Some statues didn't really caught people's attentions. There were disappointments like Beast, for example. But besides those little things that some people may not be big fans of, I think the other things they did were fascinating. So Sideshow definitely deserves a spot, a company that continues to be a leader in this market, and definitely they're proving it this year again. with what the stuff they produce. So they are number 3. Number 2, Prime1 Studio. Prime1 has been, in my opinion, number 1 for quite some time. This year, not so much. But not because they're not doing it, not because they're not working. It's just because number 1, which I'm going to mention in a moment, did it better in my opinion. But Prime1, with the showcases that they do, fascinating. This is the way you promote your stuff. And they have so many licenses. This year, they focus more on the things that the Japanese licenses, and they have a lot of IPs there on the gaming stuff. And it was fascinating, definitely. The only thing they're missing, of course, they're missing Marvel or Star Wars. But Prime1 is a leader for sure. The stuff they produce, the craziness of the stuff they come up with, and it's amazing. The statues they showcase this year, fantastic. So it's a company that definitely has a stronghold right now in the market. Honestly, I don't know what else Prime1 has to do in order to be better at what they're doing now. Of course, the biggest complaint is the cost. The shipping cost is one of them. And I don't know the solution to that. They're working on those areas. Of course, they have partnerships with Sideshow Collectibles, some other distributors around the world. The next step would be for them to have their own distribution centers, but that also implies having licenses in these countries to do certain things. So that is another thing. But perhaps that would be the solution for shipping. But other than that, I think the company is doing amazing work and people are satisfied with what they're doing. So we'll see what happens next year, but definitely 2024 was a fantastic year for sure. And number 1, I gotta give you this. This is the company that, in my opinion, did it the best in 2024, and that is PCS Collectibles. PCS Collectibles surprised me this year. And it's a company that doesn't have showcases. It's a company that doesn't have, I would say, the biggest reach in social media, but they work really hard. The owner and Adams really worked so hard this year. They were in many different conventions, showcasing their products. They were releasing stuff left and right. It got to the point that it was a weekly thing. Every week they have some releases. And the interesting thing about PCS is that they are covering a lot of ground, not only with one franchise or two as they did in the past. They have an ample number of franchises and IPs that they're covering. And some things that nobody else is touching. Particularly the horror stuff they produced this year, it blew my mind. They come out with so many things and amazing looking stuff. Of course, they have the NBA stuff, they have the Transformers stuff, they have the Street Fighter stuff, they have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, the Marvel stuff that they're producing, and they have some things that blew people's minds, like the Planet Hulk bus, things like also you have the Carnage bus. This company is not afraid to showcase the art. They're swinging for the fences. They're doing really amazing work. It's a company, it's amazing to see what PCS, how far has it come from a time where the previous owner at the end was having a lot of issues with customers, and this company has risen up for sure from those ashes into becoming pretty much a pillar in this industry. And people are excited for what they're doing. They're doing really amazing work. This company blew my mind. They have great partnerships. The Kucharic brothers are working with them. It's just great. This company, in my opinion, they did it. The last year, they were almost there, but this year they won for me. People are excited with them, and I'm happy to see this company being at the top on this list. Now, let me give you the runner-ups. The companies that I thought could have made it to the top 5 and for one reason or another didn't make it on the list. But our companies are really working really hard and they're doing really amazing work. But, again, for one reason or another, they couldn't make it to that top 5. But companies like this, you have Iron Studios. I think Iron Studios is a fantastic company. They did an amazing job. They have put themselves as the leaders on the 110 scale. No one else touching them in that area. And that's one of the reasons perhaps why I didn't, put them above other companies, because they already are secure in that market and they are producing for that, but they haven't pushed themselves to compete with other companies because they have no competition in 110. So, they're not competing with Sideshow. They produce still quarter scale stuff, but not at the same level. Amazing stuff for sure, but still they have pulled themselves back a bit and just to continue with the market that they know best. Of course, another company that I can mention here, Twitterhead. I love Twitterhead. They did an amazing job, particularly in the area where they are trying to keep prices down. Their offerings are great and they're price conscious. People are excited. The bus line that they produce for DC is very price conscious. It's affordable. The statues they produce, the Wonder Woman that came out in 1/6 I reviewed this year, amazing looking. The quarter scale came out too. People are excited for that one. And also the Masters of the Universe stuff they're producing looks amazing. So this company is doing amazing work. I think the reason why they couldn't be higher is because the customer service sucks, unfortunately. And I wouldn't say that it sucks to me, but it sucks for a lot of people. I'm waiting still for my Batman statue. So that is the only area where they really harm themselves, is customer service. Another company, Pure Arts, they're really amazing this year. I think Pure Arts, we need to keep an eye on them. I think they're growing and they produce some really amazing work. We'll see what happens next year. Those were, in my opinion, some runner-ups. Disappointments. XM Studios was a big disappointment. I think people are really fed up in so many ways with XM, which is sad because they did produce some good stuff this year. But in some areas were not, particularly customer service, deliveries, all that stuff. And they've been very silent. Definitely that was a big disappointment. Oniri Creations, a company that went bankrupt. I interviewed the new owner, but they still a lot of things, a lot of unanswered questions there. And definitely that was a big disappointment. Figurama Collector was a company that had some legal issues this year, and all of that was pretty much exposed and things like that. And the company that in previous years had showcased, put themselves as a leader in some way, or the stuff they're producing, but for some reason this year they were very quiet. So those were disappointments. So this is my list, guys. I think this year was fantastic. Companies are doing amazing. There's many other companies that are doing amazing work, but in my opinion, companies like Sume Art, there's so many other companies doing amazing work. But I think these are the companies that, in my opinion, were the top 5, the best companies of 2024. We'll see what happened on 2025. But what is your opinion, my friends? What do you think about this year? What do you think about the companies that I mentioned here? Do you agree or disagree with my opinion? Let me know in the comments below. So once again, my friends, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button so you're reminded of the next video. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The links in the description. And please consider supporting the channel financially through Patreon. My friends, God bless. Take care. I will talk to you again. Bye-bye.